Something unexpected that it can mean if your calcium levels are high. By the way, I'm Marissa Fay. I'm a functional nutritionist, and I specialize in helping women with a variety of hormone conditions and symptoms like fatigue, bloating, moodiness, and lots of cravings reverse and reduce their symptoms so that they can get back to their life and not being so distracted by how they feel every moment. I look at calcium a lot for some of my clients in their blood, but also in hair tissue mineral tests. And it's a different way of looking at what's going on with calcium. One is going to tell us what's floating around in the blood. One is going to tell us about how tissues are absorbing and utilizing it. But oftentimes in either case, when calcium is allowed to upregulate, and I really encourage you to start thinking about it that way, that your body is allowing it to upregulate because your body is so smart and there is a reason it is doing it. First of all, you want to rule out if you've been taking too much vitamin D, especially vitamin D without K2 in the mix. Then you want to get serious about what's going on with your stress levels and your nervous system. And this is why I spend so much time educating about cortisol and our stress hormones, because a lot of us think those hormones are happening in isolation and we don't realize if we have hypothyroidism or PCOS, or if we have painful periods, or if we have lots of bloating, or if we're really tired, we don't realize how much cortisol and our other stress hormones are impacting or impacted by that. But a lot of times when calcium gets high, calcium is seen as a soother to the nervous system. And the way I think about it is if you had a plate and you just smashed it on the floor and it broke in real time, that would happen very quickly. That is very shocking, that sound, very shocking for your nervous system, right? But if you had a thick base of yogurt between the plate and the floor, and you threw the plate down and it had to slow down through the yogurt and barely tap on the floor, right? Your nervous system, not so shocked. Hearing it would not be so alarming. And so that yogurt serves as a protective mechanism, right? Which is kind of what's going on with calcium when it upregulates. It kind of mutes some of that response that can happen when your nervous system has gone through a very stressful event or period of time. Now you might be thinking, well, that sounds good and that sounds harmless. And while it is an adaptation that likely has its purpose, when that happens, when calcium levels are driven higher and stay higher, it then can block other nutrients from getting inside of the cells and doing what we need them to do. And so it can become problematic, actually. Now, this may or may not be specifically what's happening for the person who commented, but I did want to share more about calcium and one of the roles it has in your body that a lot of us don't think about as being this nervous system soother. And if it sounds familiar, this experience of stress, I want you to know that I have a group program that helps women go from fatigue and bloating and moodiness and lots of cravings to balanced energy, to easy moods, to sleeping through the night and waking up energized. It's called the Cortisol Balance Academy, or the Balanced Hormone Academy, and actually our current cohort just filled, but I decided to open up 2 secret spots this week only for 2 women who really need this program. So if this is calling to you, the link in my bio has an application in it. Please fill it out, and I cannot wait to meet you and see if you're right for this group.